Safe spaces matter. My top priority, the thing I care most about as a teacher, is a classroom that is loving, that is equitable, that is safe for my students. So I asked my students who had graduated, some over 15 years ago, some as recently as last year, if my classroom had been a safe space, what had that meant to them? And I learned that safe spaces matter. One student said, "You encourage me in ways I don't know if you know. You encourage me to focus on my studies, which improved my grades for that year and the following. You would allow us to come to you about anything, no matter what problem or issue we were having. Safe spaces matter." Another student, "You were always loving and kind to everyone, and you were never closed-minded to any ideas the students had. You have always cared so deeply about your students. Safe spaces matter." Another student, "Your room was always my safe space. You were always the one I could come to and talk to about anything, no matter if it was school-related or in my personal life. You always encouraged me to keep pushing and to keep my head up. I genuinely and truly don't know if I would have made it through my senior year if it wasn't for you. Safe spaces matter." Another student, "Your classroom has always been a safe haven for me, both intellectually and emotionally. I think it was one of the first places where learning was prioritized over rote memorization, and our thoughts and perspectives were honored. It may have been one of my first classes in high school that valued mental health and the holistic learning process. So thank you for showing me how to be a better student, thinker, person. Safe spaces matter." Another student, "I am transgender, and Mrs. Ash was the only teacher I ever opened up to about my gender expression. I felt safe and supported in sharing my authentic self in her classroom, and was often comforted by her open and honest conversations about mental health as well. She is the only teacher I ever knew to acknowledge mental health, which was a huge deal to me because I struggled with what would later be diagnosed as extreme dissociative disorder, and I may have graduated on time if I had more teachers who were open to conversations about mental health. Safe spaces matter." Another student, "I am not sure I would have graduated high school without you being my person in the school. I had a rough home life that eventually led to a stint of homelessness senior year, but I always knew I had a safe space in your classroom to process and rest. Safe spaces matter." Another student, "You absolutely made me feel like I could be 100% my authentic self in class. Safe spaces matter. It matters that students have a space they know they are accepted, honored, represented, and appreciated. Safe spaces improve grades, increase self-esteem, help students graduate, and save lives. Gwinnett County must seek any actions that make its classrooms more understanding and welcoming to all students if it wants to be world-class, including inclusivity training for all staff and administration. Children want to be loved, accepted, and safe, and we must provide. Thank you.